ship at a port in Ukraine's Odessa region, killing 8 people. Details of these and more coming your way, so stay with us. Many thanks for joining us at this time. Now details of the news. The federal government has declared it has put in place approximate measures to simplify tax remittance process in the country. The Accountant General of the Federation and the Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, gave the assurance at a stakeholders meeting in Abuja. Correspondent Kunle completes the story.
The stakeholders meeting, organized by the Federal Inland Revenue Service, brought together Accountant General from over 30 states of the Federation. Addressing the participants, the Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zach Adedeji, disclosed that government had initiated necessary measures to simplify tax remittance process, particularly through the centralized payment system, where Office of the Accountant General of the Federation handle payments on behalf of government agencies.
The government has also made efforts to simplify the tax remittance process, particularly through the centralized payment system, where Accountant Generals handle payment on behalf of government. This has been instrumental in ensuring swift remittance of taxes such as withholding tax and stamp duty. It is important to emphasize what Federal Inland Revenue Service has achieved through the integration technology, improved process and capacity building for our people. These advancements have not only enhanced tax compliance, but have also positioned us to meet our ambitious target of 18% tax to GDP ratio by 2026.
Adedeji added that the federal government has also reduced withholding tax rates to focus on taxing profits rather than revenue, a move that aims to ease the burden on businesses and citizens. On a part, the Accountant General of the Federation, represented by Ademola Makinde, stressed the need to block all necessary leakages and ensure full compliance with the existing tax law. Other speakers at the meeting commended the initiative by the Federal Inland Revenue Service, noting that it will enable all stakeholders on tax administration to be on the same page.
As Accountant Generals, serve as a vital agent of government, ensuring that taxes are collected and remitted in timely and effective manner. We are all agents of same government, united by one vision to ramp up revenue for the growth and development of Nigeria and by extension for the benefit of its citizens.
Let us continue to collaborate, innovate, and support each other as we strive to ensure the long-term physical sustainability of our nation. I have no doubt that this workshop will contribute immensely to our collective efforts in creating a more robust and prosperous Nigeria. I hope we can learn and relearn to share ideas and thoughts on how to progress the agenda of improved tax administrations.
I would say that so far so good. The revenue to the Federation is improving because as we stand today, this October, and we have almost made 85% of the year annual target. And this is all effort put together, not only from the Accountant General, so to say, but all taxpayers in the country that have made this effort and put this money together for the Federation to share.
It is expected that this collaboration, practically with the stakeholders, will create a more efficient, transparent, and effective tax administration system that supports economic growth of the nation. From Abuja, Kunle Ujo, Galaxy TV.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Senate has officially confirmed Professor Abdullahi Usman as the chairman of the Hajj Commission. The confirmation of Usman's nomination followed the consideration and adoption of the report of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, chaired by Senator Abubakar Bello on Thursday. Correspondent Kunle Ujo reports that Senator Bello, in his report following the screening conducted by his committee, said that Usman merited being appointed to the head of the nation's apex Hajj body.
The committee, having carefully and thoroughly screened the nominee and it is satisfied with his qualifications, exposure, conduct, character, experiences, and general performances. The nominee has displayed wide and in-depth knowledge of Hajj activities and operations.
The confirmation was finalized with a supportive voice vote led by President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio. With his new role, Usman is set to enhance Nigeria's Hajj management and services.
Colleagues, will the Senate confirm the nomination of Professor Abdullahi Saleh for appointment as Chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria? Those in favor say aye, and those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Professor Abdullahi Saleh is hereby confirmed as Chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria.
And to other stories, Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima has emphasized the critical importance of prioritizing girl child education in Nigeria, calling for a concerted multi-sectoral approach to address gender-based barriers to quality education. According to him, government at all levels, traditional rulers, religious leaders, civil society organizations, and partners in the donor community must come together with a singular focus, ensuring that every Nigerian child, regardless of gender or geography, receives quality education. The Vice President, who gave the charge on Thursday when he declared open the International Conference on Girl Child Education in Nigeria held at the Banquet Hall of Presidential Villa Abuja, noted that the dignity of the girl child defines every civilization. Represented at the event by Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Office of the Vice President, Senator Ibrahim Adejia, and the VP stated whatever reforms they have adopted to build a safe space for educating the girl child must be championed from within the communities, outlining statistics of out-of-school children in Nigeria, including the latest Multiple Indicator Cluster Survey (MICS). The VP warned that each child abandoned to the street is a liability to the nation, and the nation will one day pay for it. VP Shettima regretted that the latest data further insinuate the urgency of addressing the issue, particularly in northern Nigeria, noting that states in the northwest and northeast face the highest out-of-school rate. The House of Representatives have called on the federal, state government and education stakeholders to urgently address the challenges facing teachers in Nigeria. This follows a motion by Honorable Ibrahim Isiaka, who highlighted issues such as low salaries, lack of support, overwork, insufficient resources, and mental health strain on teachers.
The motion is about celebrating and supporting our educators. And the House knows the World Teachers' Day declared by UNESCO in 1994. And just the last October 5th, we missed it. So October 5th annually to recognize the vital role of teachers in shaping society's key contributions in educating present and future generations, foster critical thinking and creativity.
The House also urged the Federal Road Safety Commission (FRSC) to adopt technology-assisted enforcement systems such as automatic vehicle location (AVL) system, automated traffic enforcement (ATE), and advanced data analytics to improve road safety. This motion was moved by Honorable Garba Mohammed, who emphasized the need to assess the effectiveness of these methods in reducing traffic violations.
The House resolves to urge the Federal Road Safety Commission to embrace technology-assisted enforcement, which includes automatic vehicle local system, automated traffic enforcement system, advanced analytics and data platforms, and other potential options. Also urge the Federal Road Safety Commission to evaluate the effectiveness of enforcement strategies.
The House also called on the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation to reassess and reconstruct the Alau Dam to prevent future floods. Honorable Abdul Kadri Arais, who moved the motion, expressed concern that despite multiple budget allocations, the dam remains in poor condition, leading to recurring collapses and flooding.
The House notes that the Alau Dam, with a maximum storage capacity of 112 million litres, located in Alau community of Borno State, was constructed in 1984 to provide water for irrigation and domestic use in Maiduguri.
Ikenga,
The House also notes that Alau Dam was constructed by the federal government not only to store for use, but to also help control flooding from the Ngada River. The House aware that on 13 September 1994, the Alau Dam collapsed, causing flood in Maiduguri and its environs.
Now to judicial matters. The Court of Appeal Abuja Division on Thursday affirmed Martin Amaewhule as the recognized Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. A three-member panel of the Court of Appeal, in a unanimous judgment, dismissed the appeal filed by the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara for lacking in merit. Correspondent Kolojo completes the story.
The court on Thursday in Abuja said Fubara has no basis to bring out the appeal, having withdrawn his opposition to the case of pro-Wike lawmakers at the Federal High Court. Justice Joseph Oyewole, who delivered the lead judgment, held that the governor, having withdrawn from the case, cannot claim to be aggrieved with the judgment of the Federal High Court. Consequently, the Court of Appeal barred Fubara from intervening with the affairs of the House of Assembly under the control of the Speaker. The Appellate Court also barred him from withholding the House of Assembly fund and removing the clerk and deputy clerk from the House. Similarly, the Court of Appeal ordered him to represent the budget of the state to the House of Assembly under the recognized Speaker as contained in the judgment of Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court. Justice Oyewole said the blunder of Fubara in withdrawing from the suit in the Federal High Court cannot be redeemed by any known advocacy. He therefore voided and set aside the passage of the 2024 budget by 4 out of the 2 members on the ground of illegality that must not be allowed in a democratic setting. Some of the counsel spoke on the judgment of the court.
That's the right thing to do. I think that this judgment has laid to rest, has put an end to the political caricature in Rivers State. It has been happening for too long. And thank God that the Court of Appeal came with a sound, comprehensive and conclusive pronouncement on it, that it amounts to a caricature for 4 members of the House of Assembly to sit and claim that they are deliberating on any issue. The Constitution requires 2/3 for issues that require, like the impeachment of a Speaker or the Governor, and 1/3 as the number required to conduct the business of the House of Assembly.
The Court of Appeal this afternoon affirmed the decision of Justice Omotosho, and in affirming same clearly stated that Right Honorable Martin Chike Amaewhule is the authentic Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, as found by Justice Omotosho, and that the other 26 members are still the valid members of the House of Assembly. And any act done without these persons participating is clearly a nullity.
River State laws in this country are sacrosanct. They must all be obeyed. They must all be obeyed by everybody. So those who choose not to obey, we will see what, because the House of Assembly of River State, we are not law enforcement agents. Ours is to make laws. We have powers of oversight, and we have power to represent our people. So we are going to do our own bit. We will see how agencies of government in this country will look at all of these issues. We have filed so many matters in court. We will see how all of this turns out.
The appeal court also held that Fubara engaged in executive recklessness that are unknown to law by presenting budgets to only 4 members. The appeal court also held that Fubara engaged in executive recklessness that are unknown to law by presenting budgets to only 4 members and signing same to law under 24 hours. From the appeal court in Abuja, Kunle Ojo, Galaxy TV.
You're still on to the news on Galaxy TV. Coming up next. Lagos State Traffic Management Authority last night terminates employment of 6 officials in line with the directive of the Lagos State Civil Service Commission. Details of that coming after the break. Do stay with us. We are glad to have you back. Now for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments, as you can easily scan our IG QR code. Retail outlets owned by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) adjusted the pump price of petrol on Wednesday night, October 2024, in the Federal Capital Territory. In Lagos, our correspondent Nenwaran Gumezaka observed that many NNPCL outlets sold the liter of the essential commodity for 998 naira, about 150 naira higher than the initial price of 855 naira. Also, long queues were observed at various NNPCL outlets as a sudden increase at motorists and transporters in panic buying mode. Many filling stations not owned by the NNPCL immediately followed suit, as they also incrementally adjusted their pump prices, with many selling as high as 1,050 naira in many parts of Lagos. The NNPCL has not commented on the sudden increase of roughly 15 to 20% seen at pumps nationwide. It marks the second of such hike in over just a month. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Labour Congress and the organized private sector have called for the immediate reversal of the hike in the pump prices of petrol by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, saying it will further deepen poverty in the country. The Naira continued its downward spiral against the dollar at the foreign exchange market, following another round of fuel price increase by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. This latest adjustment marks yet another spike in the pump price of premium water spirit this year. According to data from the FMDQ, the Naira weakened significantly, closing at 1,625 Naira 13 kobo per dollar on Wednesday, compared to 1,561 Naira 76 kobo exchanged on Tuesday. This represents a depreciation of 63 Naira 37 kobo. These drops comes after the Naira had made some gains on Tuesday, appreciating by 73 Naira and 39 kobo against the dollar. In response to the rise in fuel costs, the NNPCL announced a fresh hike, increasing the price of petrol to 1,030 naira per litre from 898 naira per litre. Still on that, the coalition of United Political Parties (CUPP) has frowned at the outrageous increase in fuel pump price by the federal government, and NPCL had increased PMS pump price from 897 naira to 1,030 naira per litre on Wednesday. While addressing journalists on the state of the nation in Abuja on Thursday, spokesperson of the coalition, Mark Adebayo, lamented that in less than 1.5 years of Tinubu's administration, fuel prices have been increased by over 2,000%, which has exponentially increased poverty, hunger and general sufferings of Nigerians. He stressed that Nigerians can see clearly and feel the effect of the horrible records of the present administrations in the area of the terminally sick economy, appalling insecurity, horrible human rights regime, political persecution under the guise of fighting corruption, unprecedented hunger. The spokesperson added the suicide rate has become an epidemic under the Tinubu administration.
And responsible opposition coalition, we have a mandate to interrogate the socio-economic and political status of our dear country periodically and speak truth to power in defense of justice, democracy, and in the overall interests of the country. To start with, less than 24 hours ago, in spite of the harrowing economic conditions of the country, orchestrated by the atrocious economic policies of the Tinubu administration,
National Secretary of the Coalition, Peter Ane, advised the federal government to immediately constitute a committee that will provide solutions to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians.
And for the advice, there have been several times we have offered advice to government. This is not the first time. People talked about when he was coming in, he had not even resumed office to check the system, to check what is going on. And he said subsidy was gone. That brought the untold hardship to our people, increasing transportation fare by almost 300%. And you know one thing about transport. Transport dovetail into every cost of everything. Transport increased cost of services, cost of goods and farm products.
And to other stories, the Nigeria Customs Service has disclosed its readiness to adopt all available technological devices to ensure the safety of borders as well as bring smuggling to its barest minimum. This was said by the Assistant Controller General of Customs Service, Saidu Haba Yusuf, during a courtesy visit and appraisal analysis of the Ogun Area 2 Customs Command in Abeokuta on Thursday, the state capital. He maintained that the Customs Service Agency is having synergy with other sister agencies to ensure that there is effective control of the border to end illegal activities.
Our operations have been automated. Likewise, at the border station, you are quite aware, not quite long ago, about last week or so, he inspected an aircraft bought on behalf of Nigeria Customs Service for the purposes of patrolling the borders. We are all aware the borders are porous, and the only way we can clearly monitor those borders are by using modern technology, and the acquiring of that aircraft is part of the technology.
Speaking further, the ACG admitted that the state of border in the southwest is porous, while sounding a strong warning to those who are contemplating bringing in illicit drugs or illegal firearms and others to have a rethink. He said the current leadership Customs Service is very active and effective in intelligence gathering. On his part, the Controller of Ogun 2 Area Command, Eubi Alade, appreciated the Zone A Coordinator, Saidu Yusuf, for his commendations to the command.
We are up and doing. We have very capable officers now on ground. Intelligence gathering is at its very high level now in Nigeria Customs Service. And I can tell you, we, as it is, not quite long ago, Port Harcourt, arms were caught in Port Harcourt, in Tinkan Island Port, in Cargo. We are on top of our game, I can tell you. And anybody contemplating, investigations are going on and arrests are being made. But I can tell you, we have to abide by the law.
Still on security stories, the police in Delta State have paraded some notorious kidnap suspects terrorizing the Warri Sapele Highway and Igeli metropolis. The suspects were arrested in different parts of the state after being on the wanted list of the State Police Command for years. Our correspondent Dele Fassan has more in this report.
Parading the suspects, which include Isaiah, a wanted kidnap suspect arrested by the CP Special Squad at the Ugele A Division of the police, as well as cache of arms, ammunition, and cash of over 5 million naira. The Delta Police Command spokesperson, Edafe Bright, stressed on how intelligence gathering helped in their arrest.
Is arrest of suspected kidnappers, armed robbers, and recovery of one AK-47 rifle. Acting on intelligence gathered on the activities of one suspect named Bakpo Isaiah, who has been on the command wanted list for over 3 years, responsible for so many kidnapping incidents in the Amokbe Sapele Road, that is on the express road.
Also speaking, the notorious kidnap suspect said he has been in the kidnap business since 2016 as his accomplices spoke on their involvement.
I've been in the business since 2016 till 2018. So then after stop, then my AK-47 rifle, I show after keeping it. Yeah, I keep it. After the year, I look at that, I cannot make use of it again. Then I hand over it to one of my friends called Mr. Piccolo.
I was going for number one man.
What does number one?
They asked me, they conditioned me to buy the rifle before they would give me number one man.
So how do you feel now being a police nest with this number one title you want to
Ambition. I feel very sad.
How sad are you?
Very, very sad because I have a family.
He called me again and said I should transfer 1.1 immediately. That was around 3 a.m. in the morning. That I should transfer 1.1 immediately, which I did. And he sent another account number, but I slept off. In the morning, he came to my store. He gave me other account number, about 5 or 4, that I should send 1.120 to one of them.
And they were given a clear mandate to flush out kidnappers, armed robbers, and ensure that Ugele, Warri, Sapele, Ogara, and other parts of the state is very calm in such a way that members of the public will sleep with their 2 eyes closed. I'm sure that you are aware that for some time now, we no longer record cases of kidnapping like it used to be.
7 AK-47 assault rifles, 16 Beretta pistols, over 5 million naira of ransom money, among others, were recovered, while 3 kidnapped victims were also rescued. From Delta State, Dele Fassan reporting for Galaxy TV News.
And now to Ondo State officers and men of the State Police Command have arrested and paraded 12 suspected criminals across various parts of the 18 local government area of the state for different criminal offences. While briefing journalists at the police headquarters on Akure Road, the state capital, the Commissioner of Police, Ondo State Police Command, CP Abayomi Peter Oladipo, narrated the series of offences committed by the suspects. He said the command is resolute in its commitment to tackling crime and maintaining law and order, and in recent times made significant strides in apprehending suspects involved in serious and high-profile crimes. These offences include murder, armed robbery, arson, and other criminal acts. CP Oladipo maintained that the suspects remain in custody and will be charged to court upon the conclusion of all investigation. However, he stressed the importance to reiterate the need for caution while discussing monetary matters around domestic staff and to ensure that personal banking details are kept private.
Arrest of suspected armed robbers stroke case of murder. The Ore Divisional Police Headquarters received a report of an ongoing robbery attack at the Premier Lotto office in Ore by a four-man gang. On the heels of this intelligence, the police special squad swiftly moved into the area where the miscreants, upon sighting policemen, opened fire.
Now to the story teased earlier, the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, has terminated the employment of 6 officials in line with the directive of the Lagos State Civil Service Commission, CSC, following the recommendations put forth by the Personnel Management Board. Formal disciplinary notices were issued to the implicated officers at LASMA's headquarters in Oshodi, Lagos. In a statement signed by the Director of Public Affairs and Enlightenment, Adebayo Taufik, the General Manager of LASMA, Olalekan Bakayoko, affirmed that the Lagos State Civil Service Commission had fully endorsed the Personnel Management Board's recommendation, which pertained to severe misconduct and general inefficiencies. Bakayoko confirmed that these disciplinary actions were rigorously implemented in accordance with the Lagos State Civil Service rules and regulations. He reiterated LASMA's unwavering commitment to enhancing its operations and called on Lagos residents to actively engage with the agency by providing both positive feedback and reports of any observed misconduct along with relevant evidence. The General Manager also urged road users in Lagos to strictly comply with traffic regulations, warning that violations would attract penalties, including fines, as enforced by the Lagos Mobile Court in accordance with legal provisions. Furthermore, Bakayoko assured the public of LASMA's steadfast commitment to addressing complaints promptly and impartially. Citizens are encouraged to learn complaints through their toll line or by visiting walk-in complaint centers at LASMA's headquarters in Oshodi. Women from Ogoni ethnic nationality in Rivers State have raised the alarm over continuous herdsmen attack in their farm, calling on Rivers State government to intervene. The women explained the herdsmen attack was becoming incessant inside their farms in Kano local government area of Rivers State. Speaking at the Ogoni Women Environment Assembly, organized by Lukiaka Community Development Center, the women explained that the menace was now affecting food production as they are now scared to go to their farms.
People are suffering of hunger. We in Kedere, especially the women, we are not carrying along with the men. I cannot even say now that I know anything concerning the compensation of shell or even the cleaning up now, because we are not carrying along.
The herdsmen that are in our community, in my own community, Luswe Sogo, in Kana LGA, they are so terrible that we, our women, we are not safe in the farm. When we go to farm, the moment they destroy our cassava and you make noise or you just open your mouth to tell them that they destroy your cassava, they will want to kill you in the farm.
As we learn the thing today, they teach us, we carry all this news to our various communities and let our women and other people know, even our chiefs and our communities people, to know what is good and what is right, and know that there is what we call climate change and how to handle it.
Speaking with newsmen, the Executive Director of Lukiaka Community Development Center, Martha Agbani, lamented that crude oil production and environmental degradation in the Ogoni land are severely affected food production.
Grassroots women, these core women that are actually impacted by these issues, do they really know that things are being discussed about them? And if we believe as Lukiaka Community Development Center that we shouldn't leave anyone behind, these that are actually impacted, do they know that these things really occur? Are they really in the picture of what is happening to them? And if we are saying that nothing without us, nothing about us without us, then these women need to know that yes, they actually live in a degraded environment, which they know.
Families of both serving and retired police officers, including the people of Otukwa communities and other neighboring communities in Ubadibo local government area of Benue State, can now access a medical facility newly constructed by Police Officers' Wives Association (POWA) to address their medical needs. The medical facility, built in a rural and agrarian community in Otupa, was first initiated by Ajero Baba Alkali, wife of 21st former Inspector General of Police, and is now being commissioned by the current President of Police Officers' Wives Association, Elizabeth Egbetokun, wife of the 22nd Inspector General of Police. Wife of the IGP, who was represented by Nadir Dasuke, accompanied by the former POA president, state officials of POA, and the state commissioner of police, commissioned the facility and distributed bags of rice to the wives of both retired and serving police officers.
Access to quality healthcare is not just necessary or necessity, it is a right. Hajara POA Clinic will serve as a beacon of hope, offering vital medical services police officers and their families, as well as to the larger community. It is here that we will not only treat illness, but also pursue wellness, educate our community, and preventive care.
I want to thank the incumbent 22nd Indigenous Inspector General of Nigerian Police, Egbatokun. Thank you so much for being here, accepting our women, supporting the Queen Elizabeth, Dr. Elizabeth Egbatokun. Because without the support of your husband, a woman is moving nowhere.
I wish to sincerely appreciate the former POA president, my daughter, the Chanyaba Botupa, who, with the support of her husband, the former Inspector General of Police, and all the POA members, to be able to erect this edifice in my kingdom.
Meanwhile, the State Commissioner of Police, Steve Yabanet, expresses the command appreciation to POA and the Inspector General of Police for creating the enabling environment and the successful completion of projects in the interest of police families and larger communities.
I want to appreciate you for coming to commission this project. We are indeed very grateful. This project will be a blessing to humanity and the police family in Obadigo local government and the Opoku community or Obadigo community in general.
You're still on to the news in Galaxy TV. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. We are glad to have you back. As part of activities to celebrate the International World Sight Day, the National Eye Care Center has provided free surgeries to the indigent. The National Eye Center Kaduna commenced free eye screening and treatment targeting about 1,000 students, staff and others at the Federal Government College, Malali, Kaduna. Fielding questions from newsmen, the chairperson of the Planning Committee, Patricia Eli Doko, said the decision to do this is influenced by this year's theme, Children Love Your Eyes. This followed with the public lecture. According to her, there is an increasing number of blinding conditions in Nigeria, with the majority suffering from poor eye vision, which requires proper awareness. Other stakeholders added that the lecture is a form of community service with effort geared towards the prevention of blinding conditions against Nigerians, especially children.
We in the armed forces, we take good eyesight and vision very important, and that's the reason why we are here to collaborate with the National Eye Center to provide us with secondary healthcare facilities in improving our eyesight. And I must say here that it's not until you find it difficult to see that you need to you need to.
But the community-based health insurance scheme needs to be, propagated so that we get almost every Nigerian pay not out of pocket when he comes to the hospital.
We children should embrace our eyes, that we should not take it for granted, and no matter what we do, we should always be conscious about what we do to our eyes. Okay, due to our parents' side, they go back to the traditions, the faith, that is the religion, Christian and Muslims. But in these days, things can be easily handled.
In meeting today, we screened 760 students and their teachers for common eye conditions. We gave medications, some are on referral, and we've even seen some of them here today. So the public lecture is on the theme for the year, Children Love Your Eyes. Trauma to the eyes and any condition that can lead to blindness. If they have any complaints, they should tell their parents, their guardians and teachers, so that early intervention can start, so that we can prevent and reduce avoidable blindness.
Now we move to the international desk for more news.
Hello and welcome to the foreign news. Russian missiles have hit a civilian container ship at a port in Ukraine's Odessa region, killing 8 people, according to local officials. They said Russia had targeted port infrastructure and all the victims were Ukrainian. A 46-year-old port employee, another man aged 26, died of their injuries in the hospital, while several others were wounded. The wave of strikes in Ukraine's ports on the Black Sea coast coincided with a European tour by President Volodymyr Zelensky, who is visiting leaders in London, Paris and Rome. In Downing Street, he met UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and NATO's new Secretary General Mark Rutte, who warned this week that Ukraine could be facing its toughest winter since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. Zelensky has been due to meet U.S. President Joe Biden along with other Western allies in Berlin on Saturday, but Biden cancelled his trip because of the threat to the U.S. from Hurricane Milton. That is a blow for the Ukraine less than a month away from the U.S. elections and with increasing concerns over the continued support of key allies. At least 28 people have been killed in an Israeli airstrike on a school sheltering displaced families in the central Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Red Crescent says more than 50 others were injured in the attack on Rafida al-Aslamia school, which the medical organization said was close to its headquarters in the town of Deir al-Bala. A video from the scene showed people running to help the injured amid a cloud of smoke and dust, while several children were pictured being treated at the local Al-Azq hospital. The Israeli military said the precise strike targeted Hamas fighters operating inside the command and control center at the school. Gaza Hamas-run health ministry also put the death toll at 28 and denounced what it called a new massacre by the Israeli military. Many schools have been turned into shelters for the 1.9 million Palestinians who have fled their homes since the war in Gaza started a year ago. The Israeli military launched a campaign to destroy Hamas in response to the group's unprecedented attack on southern Israel on 7 October 2023, in which about 1,200 people were killed and 251 others were taken hostage. The leader of Sudan's Rapid Support Forces, RSF, has accused Egypt of being involved in airstrikes on the paramilitary group that Cairo had rejected. Mohammed Hamdan Dagalu's claim. Dagalo, also known as Hemdeti, claimed that Egypt was using United States bomb in its strikes targeting its forces near Jebel Moya. The Sudanese armed forces recently gained an upper hand in the fighting that erupted in April 2023 when long-simmering tensions between Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and Dagalo broke out in a conflict that has so far displaced more than 10 million people, about 8.1 million people inside Sudan, while about 2 million have been forced to flee the country, according to data from the United Nations. Dagalo also claimed that Egypt provided training and drones to the SAF and Al-Burhan. And still on the foreign news, Hurricane Milton is pulling away from Florida's east coast and is expected to pass to the north of the Bahamas and be back to the Atlantic by Thursday afternoon. But the NHC still predicted strong gusty winds and heavy rainfall near the Space Coast. It also warned for tropical storm conditions in Florida, Georgia and South Carolina as a result of Milton. The storm will continue moving east-northeast through Thursday before taking a turn east Thursday night. More than 3 million homes and businesses were without power early Thursday as Hurricane Milton pulled away from Florida as a Category 1 storm after spawning multiple tornadoes and major flooding as it moved through the state overnight. Milton still has winds of 85 mph and is centered 75 miles off of Florida's Atlantic coast, according to the latest update from the National Hurricane Center. All storm surge warnings have expired for the Gulf Coast of Florida, but conditions are still glaring as the state Atlantic coast. Damaging winds will continue for a few more hours in east central and northeastern Florida. There's also still the danger of storm surge along the east coast of Florida, Georgia and South Carolina. Turkish Airlines pilot Captain Ayşen Pelivan, who is 59 years old, has tragically died after becoming ill during a flight from Seattle, USA to Istanbul, Turkey. The incident occurred mid-air, prompting an emergency landing in New York, as confirmed by an airline spokesperson. It is reported that the flight designated TK204 had taken off shortly after 19:00 Pacific time on Tuesday evening. Captain Pelivan reportedly fell ill over the Canadian territory of Nunavut, leading the co-pilot and second pilots to take over control of the aircraft. The Airbus A350 made an emergency landing at John F. Kennedy Airport in New York around 8 hours after departing from Seattle. Arrangements were subsequently made to fly the passengers onward to Turkey. Captain Pelivan had been with Turkish Airlines since 2007 and had recently undergone a routine health check in March, which found no issues that could affect his ability to perform his duties. The cause of his death has not yet been disclosed. The Turkish Air Traffic Controllers Association paid tribute to Captain Pelivan, saying he had served the aviation community for many years and extended its condolences to his family, friends and colleagues. And finally, on foreign news, United States President Joe Biden has condemned misinformation about Hurricanes Milton and Helene as un-American, singling out his predecessor for making false claims about the government's rescue and recovery efforts. Speaking as Hurricane Milton was on the verge of making landfall in Florida, Biden said people in need of help were being put at risk by the reckless, irresponsible, and relentless promotion of disinformation about the government's response to the storms. Biden signaled out a number of baseless claims made by Trump, including that disaster relief funds have been diverted to migrants. And that's what we have on the foreign news.
Coming your way next, the entertainment news.
Welcome to Entertainment News. My name is Rose Blossom. Here are the stories on Entertainment News Desk today.
Nollywood actor Bolali Ninolo has gone viral after surprising his son with a brand new Corvette for his 18th birthday. The surprising news was shared on his Instagram page, where he posted a video of his son admiring the car. In the post, Ninolo revealed that his son had specifically showed him the type of car that he wanted for his birthday. Fully aware of his father's ability to make it happen, he included a light-hearted exchange they had about the gift. This heartfelt gesture has captured the attention of his fans, showcasing the bond between father and son. Taking to his comment section, many praised him. One of his fans took a swipe at as he dared him to post a video of his wife and kids. This is undoubtedly an indirect way of mocking the actor who is separated from his wife. Award-winning music star Tiwa Savage is currently under fire for flashing her backside on a TikTok live. The mother of one during a TikTok live with TikToker Pella and his lover Jadrolita exposed her butt to the world as she showed off her tattoo. In the live session, the lovebirds were seen having a conversation when Pella said he wanted Jadrolita, popularly known as Javris, to draw Tiwa Savage's tattoo, and the music star responded by showing different tattoos on her body. Tiwa revealed to them as she had a tattoo on her neck region that symbolizes a bird, and Jadrolita asked if she could put that on her backside. To their surprise, Tiwa Savage responded by exposing the tattoo on her backside. Pella, who couldn't believe his eyes, shouted uncomfortably as he panned the camera away from her. Meanwhile, his girlfriend enjoyed the view as she expressed excitement. The video, which is fast making rounds online, has left many dragging the mother of one. Reality star Queen Mercy Attah's husband, David, breaks his silence amid widespread rumors of marital issues between Queen Mercy Attah and David Oyekomi have been circulating on social media just months after their wedding. The speculation intensified when Mercy removed David's name from her bio, deleted her wedding photos, and unfollowed him on Instagram. Although David too follows Mercy, a recent post from him sparked further speculation. He shared a video criticizing men who pursue broke women, seeming to agree with the message. However, in a surprising mood, David commented minds with love emojis on Mercy's latest Instagram post, fueling confusion about their status of marriage. Following this, his comments suddenly disappeared from her comment section after having been deleted. Queen has unfollowed David on Instagram and removed all her wedding photos and videos from her profile. Laura Ikeji, a Nigerian beauty influencer and businesswoman, is celebrating her friends Soso Soberekon, MC Galaxy, and Rachel Okonkwo. Taking to her Instagram page to share a clip of the trio, she stated that she has few friends in her life and holds them dearly. Laura revealed that Soso Soberekon and MC Galaxy have been her friends for over 10 years, as they were both at her wedding in 2017. Expressing how much she loves them, she described them as her brothers. Gushing over Rachel Okonkwo, she described her as a girl for life.
And that'll be all on Entertainment News. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Rose Blossom. Bye for now.
And that is all we have for you. We thank you so much for